There's a warrant out for his arrest regarding a larceny case, failure to appear for review. And now we have these allegations, lead charge being assault with intent to murder. Allegations include apparently due to a prior disagreement, this defendant stabbing the complainant victim at a bus stop that was surveilled by green light video.
Stand in front of the screen, state your full name. John Eric Gooden.
John Eric Goodwin Jr. Gooden. Jr. Mr. Gooden, sir, this magistrate at Chapter, not only do you have a criminal matter, but you also have misdemeanor matters. These are misdemeanor matters that you did not appear in court, so the court is going to recall the warrant. You're going to get a personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Maximum penalty on each misdemeanor matter, sir, it's up to 93 days jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand everything that I've said so far?
Misdemeanor. I didn't know it's
traffic matters, like driving while license suspended, no insurance misdemeanor. Let me tell you what they are. First one is 707615, providing false information to police officer. Next one is P1401757, driving unregistered untitled vehicle, driving while license suspended, improper plates. Next ticket is U548-73319, disorderly conduct. Next ticket is U548-73419, false report to police. Next ticket and last ticket is U380-20617, violation of city controlled substance code. Court is going to enter plea of not guilty. Court date is January 16, 2025. It is a pretrial in front of Judge Perkins. Mr. Gooden, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say, orally or writing, it can be used against you in a court of law. Rights to an attorney, have that attorney present during questioning. If you're unable to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, court expense. Understand those rights, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, criminal matter, sir. Case number is 24060-72501, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Jessica Scheib, on behalf of Mr. Gooden, doing formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 18, 2024, probable cause conference. Well, I put exhibit. Excuse me.
Court date.
Let me say the court dates. December 18, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 23rd, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Gooden, bond conditions. You're not to have any contact with Emmanuel Shaw. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact to third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons like knives, machetes, pepper sprays, tasers. Do you understand those bond conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel Vincent, you're here. Go ahead for the people.
Thank you, Magistrate. Good morning, Steve Vincent, P71917. Respectfully, we're asking for a $200,000 cash surety. We're also asking for a tether as well as home confinement. Defendant's priors include a 16 misdemeanor drugs that was deferred under HIDA, 2017 motor vehicle tampering, also deferred under HIDA. There's a warrant out for his arrest regarding a larceny case, failure to appear for review. And now we have these allegations, lead charge being assault with intent to murder. Allegations include apparently due to a prior disagreement, this defendant stabbing the complainant victim at a bus stop that was surveilled by green light video. The video captures allegedly this entire incident, including the defendant before us today attempting to stab the complainant victim in the neck, and then subsequently being successful at stabbing that individual on the side of his body. Then subsequent to the stabbing, the defendant flees the scene. The parties know each other. This defendant has been ID'd as the offender. We find him to be a danger to the complainant, to the community at large, respectfully asking for that high cash bond as well as home confinement.
Thank you. Go ahead, counsel. Counsel Scheib.
Your Honor, these are allegations. My client is presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. He was originally arrested November 12th. After 72 hours, they released him. We're not aware of any incidents between the parties or him and the law. After that released him, it's been a month now. I know it's not a long time, but I think it should weigh a little bit for arraignment. He is employed. He was arrested at work when they came to his job yesterday. They know where to find him. He's a lifelong resident of Michigan. He is a college grad, Your Honor. He lives alone. He understands absolutely no contact. He looks forward for his day in court. I know that these are serious allegations, but he's still presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I'm not aware of anything pending or anything before, so I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a high personal bond with a GPS tether and house arrest. If the court is not inclined to do that, I'd ask for at least a 10% bond. Any bond amount is going to be unaffordable to him, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court heard the representations on both sides, had an opportunity to review the investigator's report, uses, no, don't use that. But uses clear and convincing evidence standard when it's entertaining a monetary bond in this particular matter. Court heard the representations that Mr. Gooden, he works, he has local ties, works, that there is a video reading the investigator's report that shows, allegedly shows Mr. Gooden, okay, this is not a matter of a one-time stabbing, but it appears that there was stabbing multiple times. Mr. Gooden doing that to the complainant, Mr. Emmanuel Shaw. This court has heard that he has some priors, but is more concerned with this. This was just about a month ago in this matter. Court does find that Mr. Gooden, he is a danger to the community. Whether or not he's a flight risk, the court doesn't know, but he is a danger. So the court is going to go with the recommendation, $200,000 cash surety, along with the GPS tether, but he's going to have work only with that. Okay. And seeing as counsel Shive, this is unaffordable.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that means he's going to get another court date this Friday. Okay, which will be December 13th, 2024, 36th District Court, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConigal or Judge Williams. Will look at the bond amount and bond conditions. Do you understand that, Mr. Gooden?
A little bit, not really.
Okay, let me say this. The bond right now is $200,000 cash surety with all the other bond conditions, GPS tether, work only. That means somebody has to pay something the equivalent of $200,000 or put up a house or something. But even if you got a personal bond, there's a GPS tether. That means you have to wait until the tether team from Wayne County puts an ankle bracelet on you to track you. Okay. However, your attorney has indicated that that's unaffordable. So this Friday, you're going to get another court date in front of another judge who's going to look at the bond amount and the bond conditions to see if they're excessive. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That concludes your arraignment.
Thank you. Screen, state your full.
Lindsay.
Deontay Juan Lindsay, sir?
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Lindsay. I'm Magistrate Chattan. Case number is 2404611901, sir. Mr. Lindsay, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Judge Kashab, on behalf of Mr. Lindsay, who has formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands view.
Thank you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is December 20th, 2024. Pre-trial in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Lindsay, you have some bond conditions. One, you're not to have any contact with William Frame. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. And let's make sure any other bond conditions. You are not to go back to apartment 409 on Elmhurst. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, Counselor
Yes.
Douglas, go ahead, as to bond, please.
Your Honor, Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748. Your Honor, Mr. Lindsay, the people will be actually asking that there be a tether house arrest to ensure that Mr. Lindsay does not return to that building. Your Honor, we just saw Mr. Lindsay on the 5th, where I handled his arraignment on an incident from July. And that incident, he's charged with FA, accused of pulling a knife on another resident. Your Honor,
Is that a felonious assault?
yes, Your Honor. Without provocation, during that arraignment, my bond request was for a tether was denied. Your Honor, the magistrate that day asked me if there were any incidents since the July incident, and at that time, this was not showing up in our case management. And it appears that the date of offense here was 12/4, so it would appear that hadn't been submitted yet. So I informed the court that no, I didn't see anything else, and he was given a personal bond and no order to not return. I know that you have ordered him not to return, but given that this is a second incident, the other one involving a knife, this one not involving a knife, but alleged choking, where there was a third-party witness, and with the property manager saying that Mr. Lindsay scares the other residents and is a safety concern, we're actually asking for a tether house arrest to a different location for him. In the incident, the other incident he was just arraigned on, that complaining witness had said that Mr. Lindsay had a problem with drinking and that when he would get drunk, he would do things. And here we have the accusation that Mr. Lindsay got drunk and assaulted this individual without provocation. So, Your Honor, we do think that there's that pattern there. We don't think an order just not to go back is going to be sufficient given that there's these two incidents against residents. So we are asking for tether house arrest to a different location, whatever bond is set.
Counselor Scheid?
So, Your Honor, he does have an alternative place to go. So there should be no issue with that. And he also turned himself in, Your Honor. So I don't believe he's at flight risk. There are two sides to every story. This is charged as a misdemeanor. He is a licensed plumber and maintenance tech. He works. He has two kids. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond, no contact. And again, he does have an alternative place to stay. So there's not going to be any issue with that. And we wouldn't be objecting if the court says no drinking.
Well, when the court heard that about drinking, or supposedly that he was intoxicated, Mr. Lindsay, there is no drinking on any alcoholic beverages. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I do.
And what I want to know, Counselor Douglas, okay, so he had a felonious assault. He was given a personal bond, wasn't
Yes,
he?
Your
Or was he given a monetary bond?
He was given a personal bond, Your Honor, due to the age of the case. But I was trying to get him to not go back to that location, given that there's the second. That's why I'm asking for the tether. Is now we have the second one.
So this first incident occurred at this apartment complex?
Yes, Your Honor, with a neighbor on the same floor.
Okay. And so this happened December 4th, same apartment building.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I compared
Alright.
the addresses to make sure.
All right, I appreciate it. Counselor Scheib, anything else you wanted to add?
Your Honor, please.
Sir, I
if
see your
may.
hand is up, but anything you say right now can and will be used against you, okay? You do have a right to speak. It's all part of the record. The prosecutor's here. You do have a right to speak, but as your attorney, I'll advise you not to for your own protection.
I understand, but I just want to address one small issue, please. And I'm not gonna, the incident that you were mentioning about the felonious assault or whatnot, that
Lindsay?
did not even.
Mr. Lindsay, let that play out.
Okay, that's right.
Scheib, is that case still pending?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just want to make sure. All right, court's heard enough representations from both sides in this particular matter. And the court is concerned is that same location, different times, Okay, whether he was drinking or not in the first incident, we don't know. But he was given a personal bond in the first case, and yet this happened. Both of our assaultive behavior. So what we're gonna do is he's gonna get a $25,000 personal bond, but along with that, he's gonna be placed on a GPS tether, work only. Because whether or not he is at a different location, and under the investigator's report, he's listed as living in a different location. That doesn't prevent him from going back to the location. However, in this matter, he will be placed on a tether to track. And so Mr. Lindsay will know the next time is that he has an ankle bracelet that will track him if he goes anywhere near the apartment complex, and there's no reason for him to go there. He had an opportunity, but now he's going to have this opportunity, personal bond with a GPS tether, $25,000 personal bond. That concludes the arraignment of Mr. Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right before that case was called on Mr. Overman.
I see it. Thank you, Ms. Douglas.
Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Mark Anthony Love Jr.
Mark Love.
Yes.
Mr. Love, is it Mark Anthony Love Jr.?
Yes.
Mr. Love, not only do you have a criminal matter, but you also have misdemeanor matters. These are misdemeanor matters where you did not show up for court. The court is going to recall the warrants. You're going to get a personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Maximum penalty is up to 93 days jail and a $500 fine. Court is going to enter a plea of not guilty. Case number is P1468357, driving uninsured untitled vehicle, allowing unlicensed driver to drive. Court is going to enter a plea of not guilty. Court date is January 16, 2025, pretrial in front of Judge Perkins. Mr. Love, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing, it can be used against you in a court of law. Right to an attorney, have that attorney present during questioning. If you're unable to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, court expense. Understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay, so criminal matter, case number 240-5957-601. Okay, say your full name again, sir.
Mark Anthony Love Jr.
Thank you, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Jessica Shiva, on behalf of Mr. Love, who is from a reading and defends constitutional rights and stands mute.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 23rd, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 30th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Love, while this case is pending, you are not to go to any casinos. That is Freetown Casino, that is Motor City Casino, and GN Casino. No casinos of any kind. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Counsel Vincent, go ahead, Esteban, please.
Thank you, Magistrate, but I do believe this is an Attorney General case, so the city isn't going to be appearing.
Okay. Counsel Shive?
Your Honor, respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. He's not on probation or parole or anything pending to our knowledge. Allegedly, it's from July, not entered until September. I am respectfully he's a lifelong resident, lives with his mother. I'm not aware of KP's history. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond non-assaulted.
Court heard the representations, looked at the charges, non-assaulted from July of this year. Okay. And sir, we're gonna give you a chance. We're gonna give you a $25,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Please don't violate any of the bond conditions. Understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, that concludes your arraignment. Thank you, sir. You can step aside. Sir, what's your name?
D'Angelo Savage.
Mr. Savage, this magistrate at Chuck Dancer, you're here on a criminal matter. Case number is 180456541, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Jessica Shiva, on behalf of Mr. Savage, who is from a reading and defends constitutional rights and stands mute.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court date is December 23, 2024, pretrial in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Savage, bond conditions. One, you're not to have contact with a Dondi Roth. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact to third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You are not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. I see this is from 2018. Let's see anything else. You are not to go to the location 3364 Lawton, City of Detroit. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Council Vincent, you're here on behalf of the people?
I am. Ms. Douglas, I'll take this one. Steve Vincent for the people, P71917. Judge, I see an incident date here of June 8th of 18. The warrant was entered a couple of months after that, but he's never been arraigned. I didn't find anything on this defendant regarding any other assaultive interactions since this incident. The people would be comfortable requesting a personal with no assaultive contact through the pendency of the case.
No objections to personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Savage, you're gonna get a $10,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. You understand those bond, you understand the bond amount?
Yes.
Okay. That concludes your arraignment, sir. You can step aside.
Thank you.